Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the final of the Women's Perth Sevens. Yet again, we find these two sides going head-to-head. New Zealand versus Australia. How often do we get to see these sides play each other? Pretty much every single final is the answer to that one. We see Madison Levi and Faith Nathan both out with injuries, which does bring a little bit more pressure to the younger Australian players to be able to get the job done. Partnered with, though, those few veterans they have. But looking throughout the starting lineup, first of all, for the Australians, it will be Henwood, Hayes, and also Dennis. Tegan Levi, so the sister of Madison Levi, still in the side. Charlotte Caslick, Isabella Nassar, and also Tia Hines, the last lady who will be starting in this match. For the New Zealanders, they've got Georgia Miller, Risi Pori Lane, Kelsey Tanetti, I should say, Teresa Stefano, Sarah Hirini, Michaela Brake, and also Jasmine Felix Hotham. But the national anthems have been sung, which means we are very close to the start of this contest. For the first time ever, it will be a women's final in the Sevens taking place after the men's. We just saw Argentina dominate Australia, winning that game 41 points to 5. Can New Zealand do something similar on the women's side of things, or will it be a very successful day for the Australians? We're seeing a young boy has just run the ball out to the halfway line and decided to give a little floss as he's making his way off. And come on, Aussie, says Ram there. Kat Roach, she will be the referee in charge of this one. 76th match for the American referee. This is going to be a big, important game for the overall standings as well. These two sides have been so close for so long. It just seems to be every single chance that they get, they just stay within 7. There's been so many close ones. But it is going to be Tia Hines getting ready to kick this one off. Too hard to call. This one, I reckon, says Glenwood. See, that's the thing. Like, people have looked at it and said there's no Faith Nathan, no Madison Levi. And then they think Australia are going to lose. But I think it's not that simple. This is still a very competent Australia side. But New Zealand love getting off with an early start, which is exactly what they'll be looking for here. Teresa Stefano goes across there to Georgia Miller, Sarah Hirini, now selling this dummy as if she was passing on the inside and does just that. Back across now. Jasmine Felix Hotham goes on the inside to Michaela Brake, and she will go around the outside. New name, but still the same. Michaela Blyde scoring the try for the Kiwis early on in 30 seconds. Let's go, New Zealand. I say up for right things. Someone crying. Says Brandon. The first try of the match. First try of the final for Michaela Brake. Just great fend to get rid of the Aussie defence. We got Michaela. She got no breaks. Says Novmum. Does manage to score the early try. Exactly the start that New Zealand would have been after, making it a relative... Well, I wouldn't say that's an easy kick, but Risi Pori Lane has absolutely nailed it there. We got Michaela no breaks. Here's Glenn Woods, but she is up to 253. She's only 3 tries behind Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe. And that one hasn't gone the 10 metres for New Zealand, so they'll have to go back to the halfway line. Australia will have themselves the quick tap. What is the decision? It looks like they are going to go for the tap rather than a scrum. Charlotte Caslick, some heavy strapping on the top of the left leg. Something near the top of the quad, it looks like. A lot of these players are nursing small injuries. And nice run down the wing. Maddie Levi breaks straight through. Oh, sorry, Tegan, I should say. No, it's not even Tegan Levi. My apologies. It is Heidi Dennis who managed to score that one. That used to having Maddie Levi out on the wing. I forgot that she wasn't playing, but she breaks through a tackle. Just a poor effort there from Tanetti. Let her go straight through. I like 22nd in front of you. And Dixon in front of the race. Says Drape there. And come on, Aussie. Says Ram there as well. And the kick is successful, making the score now 7-all between these two teams. It is always back and forth. But Heidi Dennis gets the important try on the board. Kicked off short. This time it does go the 10. Taken by Georgia Miller, who gets the offload away to Sarah Hirini. Running sideways at the moment, trying to find a gap, and she's run straight at Charlotte Caslick, who slams her to the ground. Now Felix Otham across to Georgia Miller. Almost through, but Tegan Levi makes the tackle on her. SVG and a 5TG. Everyone loves a Heidi, says Ram. And I Hamish and all the people, says Rhea, welcome in. You are doing well. There's going to be a knock on there from Tanetti. She's had a couple early mistakes. She's dropped that ball. She also missed the tackle that led to Australia's try. She needs to put on the handbrake. She quick, says JD. Yeah, just sneaking through the hands of Tanetti there. Scrum feed for Australia. 3.5 minutes down already in this contest. Australia playing in their 40th all-time series final. They have won 43.6% of them. Now Charlotte Caslick to feed this ball in. Did Argentina win the men's? They certainly did. 41 points to 5 in the final. A dominating performance from Los Pumas. Now, about 25 metres out from their own line here, Australia. A little bit hesitant, trying to work out what way they're going to go. Georgia Miller makes the low tackle on Caslick. Now pick and go. On the side for Tegan Levi. Back across to the right again here. Australia still inside of the 22. Get in there, girls. Says JD. I think that's almost going to become a rolling maul here. Okay, now the knees are down for Demi Hayes. She will step, offloads it to Tia Hines. Cross out to the, that was a high shot coming in. And massive contact on Levi. She didn't look like she enjoyed that one from Tanetti. Now breaking the line here. Passes on the outside. This is a chance for Australia, but they've got a long way to go up the field to get there. Good tackle made on Heidi Dennis. Australia again. Passes one more across. Tia Hines sells the dummy. She goes through. And Australia have their second try. How can I watch the game, says Jameson. Depends on where you are in the world. The best bet is to go onto the World Rugby Sevens website. And they will tell you exactly where you can watch it depending on your location around the globe. No, says Novmum and go Tegan. Give it to them. Says Ramba. Tia Hines scores the try. Her first try of the Perth Sevens. And people, we got Kiwis and Aussies trying to win the Rolex 24 Daytona race. Give some support on the live stream after the race is over, please. Says Drape. But Tia Hines does go extremely well. Up the middle of the field, the dummy sold absolutely everyone in that New Zealand team. And now New Zealand down 14 points to 7. Currently 75 seconds remaining in the half, but Australia back in the box seat. Maddie Levi yelling instructions from the sideline. And New Zealand doing cheap shots already. Nice, says Ram, although completely legal, says the referee. It did look like a thudding contact to the chest of Tegan Levi. Nicely claimed by Sita Hirni. Gets the fend on Levi. Another one. She's fended her twice. And now offload just couldn't quite come. Come on, ladies, get in there. Says JD, pick and go from Tanetti. She will have the speed to just outrun Charlotte Caslick. And another try for New Zealand. This is how these games always seem to go. Just try after try, back and forth. 5th try in Perth for Tanetti. And just 2 big fends on Tegan Levi by Sira Hirni, eventually getting dragged down. And then Tanetti saw the pick and go opportunity. My heart rate is right up there, says Novmum. Now, not much time remaining in this first 7 minutes. And Risi Porilane has got it over too, so makes the score 14-14. Tanetti out of 10 is a sign that I've just seen in the stands. She's making up for her mistakes. That one was for Ram. Says Glenn Woods, nicely taken. Oh, almost an awkward one there for one of the Australian players. Almost ends up in the wrong place, wrong time. Demi Hayes, I have no idea what she was doing in that breakdown, but she somehow gets away with not giving away the penalty. And instead Australia get it in their favour. They will just kick this ball into touch. They say that is enough, thank you. And we go into halftime 14-14. Aussie will respond, says Ram. Come on, New Zealand Wahine, says Drape. Currently, if we go like this and we go like that, Australia are considered, wow, That's really surprising. They are $6 underdogs in this match, the Australians, even though they are on 14 as well, heading into the second half. That is very surprising. But I guess that is just because of, the chances that actually, in fact, now they've dropped a little bit to $5.25. Obviously, some people saw that and chucked some money on the Aussies. They are at home. They don't have the same players that they normally would, but these young ladies are going all right. And come on, New Zealand, says Rhea. New Zealand, they still have quite a few impact players off their bench. Mahina Paul, Caitlin Vahakolo. Another one to watch out for. Second half just around the corner. What a hectic first half as per usual. That'll be a very good bet, says Glenn Woods. In fact, I'll have another look at it. Has it dropped ever since that has happened? They're down to $4.50 now. Yeah, so a lot of people have seen that and gone, we might as well chuck a few dollars on it. Because that's the thing. It's still anyone's game. Come on, Kiwis, do something silly in the second half. Says Welshman. So good, so good. Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline, bop, bop. Says JD. I think it's played at every single sporting event in history ever since that song came out. It's a very good stadium song, that is for sure. Gets everyone involved. It's not that hard to remember. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, and here we go. Yep, they are just playing it at the game as well. But now ready for the second half. New Zealand will be going from right to left. They scored the last try of the half. Can they keep that momentum going? We are soon to see. Kicked off short. I love Neil Young, Southern man. Says rape, awkward ball there, but well cleaned up by Australia. They have to stay calm in this situation. They've got young, experienced, or inexperienced heads, I should say. New Zealand trying to get in that breakdown. Georgia Miller gives away the penalty. She does the big shocked face as if to say, how did I give that one away to the referee? Australia looking to slow this down. These sides are ranked 1 and 2. I have a feeling they will seesaw all throughout the season. This is interesting. They're actually going to run this one from inside of their 22. Charlotte Caslick to pop on the inside to Tia Hines. Out to Demi Hayes. In fact, no, sorry, this time. It's going to be one of the ladies who did make her way off the bench. Aussie girls would win the beauty contest. Says Ram, well, luckily it is not one. It is a game of rugby, so it doesn't matter how beautiful you may be. It's about your speed. It's about your power. And Charlotte Caslick, she is charging towards the try line here, and Australia score the try. Aussie girls, I know I read that one, not again, says no, mum. So Charlotte Caslick now helps the Australians into the lead. A nice, easy kick at the post. Now Australia down to $1.85. It just shows you once again how quickly a game of sevens can change. And old Caslick says annoying, and she just goes straight through. And last ditch effort from Tanetti. Can't quite get the leg of Caslick. She's married, I'm pretty sure. Possibly. I know the last I heard, I think it was Lockie Anderson. Is that the Sevens guy from Australia that she's with? I think it was one of the Aussie Sevens fellas. But 21-14 now. Kicked off. New Zealand claiming it. Sarah Hirini. Looking for the pass. Doesn't get it away. Now Georgia Miller. New Zealand still have the capabilities of getting back into this game. Felix Hotham going to try and do just that. Great tackle made by Demi Hayes. Charlotte Caslick, have my baby, says Nathan. Like for her to babysit. I assume the baby's already been born. That's a nice run forward from Michaela Brake. Out on the wing now. Chance again for New Zealand to be able to fire straight back. It is a seesaw. Where's Bahakolo? She won't be too far from making her way on. Aussie girls are married to men, one believes. Says Ram. And this is why wet dreams are good. No one gets hurt. Just a wet bet. Says Drape. Had a great try. 7 now for Michaela Brake in this competition. She is now only 2 behind Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe in the all-time try scorers for New Zealand Sevens. Just too much pace. Runs it right around, so makes it a nice, easy kick. This is just, like I said, it's a seesaw. One team scores the counter try, And still 4 minutes remaining. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a golden point here. In fact, that's all-time tries rather than just New Zealand. Got quite a good gap between her and Costigan on 203. The best chat man, says Ram. And get in Michaela. Good season for us Sevens fans. Aussie and Kiwis playing at the same level. Exactly right. Like, there aren't too many other sides that have been hugely competitive from these two sides, but it's great to see that this is just a seesaw kind of test match feel each and every time that they play each other. Australia tackled inside of their own 22. This is where they were able to score from last time. Little loop around, beautifully done. Tegan Levi, she is through. She looks like she should have the pace to run in another one. No, she stops. The legs stop working, but she gets the pass away. She was running out of gas, but still plenty for Heidi Dennis. And another try now for the Australians. We love Kiwi Lads chat. It's most fun you can have while watching ruggers. Says Drape, but the second try now for Heidi Dennis. And Australia back in the lead, but this time the kick. I don't think it's successful. On great commentary, the Kiwi Lads folks. And team with the least mistakes will win the game. Yeah, it's the team who breaks the kind of passage of play, isn't it? Because at the moment, whoever can get that one penalty, or the team that knocks the ball on, that will be the difference maker. Oh, here's the big Levi sister. Is she out? Yes, she is, with an injury. That kick, in fact, has gone over. 21 points to 28. Scoreboard's had a bit of a shocker with the maths there, but it is 28 on the ball, Kiwi Lads. It's like B in there, says Glenn Woods. Now kicked off. Ew, that was an ugly collision in the air, playing it on the ground for the Australians. Ref says might as well continue on. Now Tegan Levi. One more try would almost secure this game for the Australians. The danger ball has been the inside one. They cut across, then shift it back on the inside. And now thought about the offload there. Sarah Hirini with the counter ruck, and a penalty goes the way of New Zealand again. Quick tap taken by Sarah Hirini. Goes off to Georgia Miller. She needs to show that pace. They've just called her as a loper in terms of the way that she runs. Now going off to the left-hand side, quick hands from New Zealand. Loose ball picked up by Jasmine Felix Hotham. Low tackle, Georgia Miller now. Inside border, Sarah Hirini. New Zealand have gone. If it's working for Australia, it can work for us too. 90 seconds remaining. If New Zealand don't score now, they will struggle to win this game, or at least struggle to get it into golden points. Pori Lane scores, and New Zealand get another, but it's going to be a tough kick. Near the sideline, Australian flags from Lena there. Come on, girls, says Hep. The Aussies girls looking good, winning and losing, says Ram. And come on, the Kiwis, says Glenn Woods. Great offload from Faliafanga. Gets it away to Risi Pori Lane. Tough kick from the sidelines, and it is short. So now, 28 points to 26 with 45 left on the clock. Come on, Kiwi girls, but all gives of Australia win. Not too mad about it, says Drape. Yeah, one thing's for sure, it's been a brilliant final. And it's the first time that they have had a women's final after the men's for the Sevens. And to be honest, at the moment, this has been the main event. The men's game, it was one-sided. Australia never in it. The Aussies have been in it every step of the way here for this women's gold medal final. Taken nicely by Dennis. She's had quite the final. 2 tries already to her name. Oh, what a shame, says Ram. And dear, oh dear. Now ball is there again for the Australians. Kaslik running it sideways, just trying to use up a little bit of time here. Looking to get that penalty, but Sarah Hirini almost on the ball. She has been told to release it. 10 seconds remaining. Looks like Australia just going to try and stall this one. Georgia Miller loses her footing. 2 seconds remaining. Kaslik back into the pocket. Oh, Australia loose ball. Oh, that's a massive shot. It's taken back. She's almost killed her by the looks of it. She got knocked hard in the back of the head, but Australia will win it. They have gone down in a pile, but the player who got hit is still down. They should probably check on her. Seeing as she was the one who secured possession, she's still wobbly. I think she's got a concussion. She don't even realise she's won at this point. She's just going, ow, my head hurts. New Zealand will still be on top at this point. I don't care who wins. It's best game this weekend. Yeah, it's been back and forth the whole way. 28 points to 26. And a little bit of a nervous finish for the Australians. Gone down in a pile. Call the ambulance, says Glenn Woods. Yeah, she's back to her feet now. I don't think she quite knows what's happening. Who got hit? It was one of the Australians. I think it was... I want to say it was Dennis, but I could be wrong. Because Dennis looks all right at the moment. So maybe it was actually one of the ones who came off the bench. I didn't see the exact number, but yeah, hit in the back. Boom. And yep, Aussie Day today. But to anger my wife, I call it Invasion Day. Says Drape. And if the Aussies won on Aussie Day, says Glenn Woods there. I don't have to go, Hamish. Thank you, mate. Take care, legend. Says JD. So yeah, the next leg of the Sevens is going to be taking place in about a month's time. But the next game that we are covering, of course, we've got the Six Nations next week. We won't actually be the one doing the commentary. We will be in the chat, though, popping in to say hi, as I will be away on holiday at a cousin's wedding. A cheap shot, typical New Zealand. Says Ram. To be fair, it was a really solid hit. Like, I wouldn't so much call it a cheap shot because she did have the ball in hand. So it's just one of those ones that she was hoping it would knock it free and force Australia to make the mistake. Great coverage again, Hamish. Says Hanoi. But a brilliant win. Kayla Brake, she got 2 tries, but it wasn't quite enough. And Tia Hines, the difference maker. Were the kicks going over? Something that the Aussie men did struggle with all throughout this competition. And Dan sounds rough. Can't wait to see the replay. You're the best, my man. And thank you for keeping me entertained. No worries at all, Nathan. Anyone who put money on those Aussies at halftime, they will be very happy at the moment getting that big return. And all goods, well done, the Aussies. Enjoy a well-earned holiday. Good call, brother. Great hit hard game. Says Drape. But yeah, nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We've got plenty more coverage coming up in the near future, like I said. And I did, says Nathan, so congratulations. I just didn't see them as a side that should have been a $6 underdog. Honestly, I would have had it $1.85 each way at halftime because it easily could have gone to either team. Australia were doing enough. Mate, I made a few bucks. Says Ram there, and cheers, Hamish. Have good festivities. Says Gus there. But yeah, we will hopefully have a video at some stage throughout the week just to have some sort of prediction for the Six Nations, something along those lines. But yeah, for live streams next weekend, you won't actually get to see us. But we will be here the weekend after, ready to go for Six Nations, as well as the URC. Who's your pick for the Six Nations? Well, you'll have to watch that video to find out, because honestly, I haven't decided yet. But I just hope it's close, and it is a great tournament. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all for the next one.